So, how to handle the emotional transition when starting testosterone. It's really, really hard for me to talk about things like this. Emotional stuff, I don't feel like I give good advice, but it has to do with what's been going on with me lately, so I really want to talk about it. And I actually talk more about exactly what's going on with me in a video I'm putting on my other channel. So if you want to see that, I'll put the link in the description when I upload it. I don't know which one I'm uploading first, so just check for that if you're interested in that. But this video is supposed to be more of what I think can maybe help people if they're dealing with it too. The biggest emotional change I've seen that's not like a mood swing, that's actually constant, is probably how much harder it is to cry. And for someone who used to cry at the drop of a hat, it's actually a pretty dramatic change that I've had a little bit of difficulty dealing with myself. The reason I think I have this trouble is because when I was so used to expressing my emotions in crying and crying it out, and now I can't do that. So I'm kind of stuck wondering how I should express my emotions, or how I can express my emotions, or trying to express them in a positive, right way, a healthy way. So I think a lot of it takes redirecting that emotion. It's just the fact that when I'm already upset, the fact that I can't cry as easily, and it just feels like I'm just can't express what I'm feeling inside, it just frustrates me even more and makes the situation worse. Instead of focusing on the fact that I can't cry or paying attention to that, I feel like the better thing to do would be to try to redirect that emotion. And I'm not exactly sure, I'm still kind of working on this myself, I'm not exactly sure the best way to do that. I've noticed that it tries to redirect itself into anger a lot, and I want to make sure I steer clear of that. So I'm trying to watch that line, trying not to let the lack of crying, or lack of, just because it's hard to cry, I don't want that to mean that I go to anger as my outlet instead of crying. Because that is something, I mean, I've been in situations where I just get the urge to throw something, or, I mean, I think everyone has those days, and I feel like the harder it is to cry, it tries to direct more towards that. Talking, if you can find someone to talk to, someone you trust, to just get it all out, that might be a good alternative. If you can, my friend suggested writing stuff down, making something, arts and crafts, writing a song if you do that, writing poems, just writing in a journal, listening to music, just, it's really finding new coping skills and new ways to express the emotion other than crying. I mean, take time to yourself, take a bath. Those are all things I've done to help it. Crying's a weird thing, because it's like, who wants to cry out of sadness? But you gotta admit, sometimes just a good cry just lets it out. And I think that's where I have my most trouble, when I just can't let it out. And there are unsafe things that I am tempted to do because of that. And I think the biggest thing when dealing with the emotional transition on testosterone, at least for me, possibly for other people, but I can only really talk from personal experience, is just really trying to find new ways to redirect those emotions that, if the old ways aren't possible anymore. It's not like I don't get upset enough to cry anymore. It's like it just doesn't happen. It maybe a tear or two, but the way I used to cry is not, it doesn't really happen anymore. So I'm one of those people who really can't hold it in. If you can't hold it in, you shouldn't try, because it's going to hurt you more. Write, talk, listen to music, listen to other people talk. I don't know anything, but you don't have to hold it in just because the old way of expressing it isn't really possible anymore, or doesn't quite work the same way. I think that's an okay video. Like I said, I suck at giving emotional advice, but I tried. Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow's video is something I feel like I can give a little bit better video on, but yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be, but hopefully better. Tried my best though, so I hope that's okay. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.